Okay, that was a nice, quiet, relaxing Saturday that I had. Um, I guess it's really kind of hard to tell me to describe what my low is because nothing really particularly bad happened. Um, I mean, I guess if there was a low, it was I almost missed a friend of mine actually had a live gender reveal on Facebook, and I almost did miss it just because of like the timing and everything. Like, because I was visiting my folks last night, and it's funny because my mom really likes that sort of stuff, and I told her about my friends having a gender reveal live over Facebook, and at first she wasn't interested. By the way, this is part of my high, by the way. And like as soon as I turn on like the live stream, like she walks over and she starts watching. I looked at her like, and you said you weren't sure if you wanted to watch. Then she gave me one of these. Congratulations to my friend. You know, she revealed that she was going to have a little girl for, her first child. So congratulations. It was actually a really cool display because they did it at nighttime and they had fireworks. Okay, cool. And then I said, then I posted, it's funny, when sparks flew when both the mother and the father first met, and sparks are flying here too. Sometimes they crack me up. Seriously, I'm not even a dad. I could probably come up with like a whole bunch of dad jokes. Anyway, so not really much anything on my low other than, I guess I could have probably done a little better job, sleeping in yesterday, but I did take a nap, so that's nice. Also, my high outside of watching the gender reveal was I actually met my folks over at Sam's Club because I was going to visit them, right? And I called and say like what the plans are. And I was already heading over there and Sam's Club is on my way. So I'm like, you know what? I'll go with them and I'll go shopping with my parents. So I did. I didn't really get myself anything other than like deodorant and hand lotion. Yeah, I've never actually said this before, but I have like really dry hands. Like seriously, like you can't really tell, but they're like really dry, whatever. Like in here, it's especially bad because like sometimes it's like on this finger, there'll be like a cut right here. It's not there now, obviously, but sometimes my hands get so dry that a cut, like I'll have cuts like forming everywhere. Oh, it's awful. So deodorant and hand lotion is pretty much all I got. But after that, we had dinner from Storage's last night. I went with my father and checked it out, and we all had steaks, which was awesome. Wonderful meal overall. I get my steak because here's the thing: if you go to Storage's and you order their Del Monaco, it actually comes with melted blue cheese on top. Hey, what? Listen, I am a true blue upstate New Yorker, man. Always go for the blue cheese, So, there's that. I also had my salad with Italian dressing, crumbly blue cheese, who knew? And extra onions. I love me some onions. Sorge's minestrone soup, which is like the OG soup for me, because that was like the first soup I legitimately ever really liked. And it's not. Again, I've said this before. It's kind of hard to say what soup is on my full course menu, just because it's hard to choose between French onion and New England clam chowder. But I really wouldn't have any likes for those without my first like of minestrone, just because like it was the first one of the first new things I ever tried that looked different, but I wound up liking. So there you go. My mom also got a steak. My parents also got steaks. They both got New York strips with spaghetti. They also had salad as well. And that was fun. It was very nice. It was actually a nice evening overall. I actually had to go home early last night because they're watching my nephews right now. Because I do believe my brother and my sister-in-law are going skiing today. So, my the grandparents get to watch my nephews, and That's awesome. My act of kindness, well, obviously I helped with shopping. I helped with, cleaning up after dinner. I helped bring dinner home. So, got a loogie. And that was my evening. So good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. It's so weird not being able to talk about football right now. It's like football was like this one thing I know for a fact I could talk about on any given Sunday. And now I can't. Well, not today anyway. Next week I can. In fact, I do have to think long and hard about what my Super Bowl pick is going to be. It's actually funny. While we were waiting for our food at Sorge's, my dad and I were talking to this one waitress that we know, and we're talking about like the Super Bowl and everything. And I actually remember watching an article on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description down below, where there was actually, it's like a history of the Super Bowl, right? And I actually learned a lot of neat stuff from that. Like, for the original Super Bowl, tickets were only $6. A commercial for the Super Bowl back then was $42,000, whereas today it's like $5.5 million. Originally, the halftime shows were not. Let's be honest, it was the first Super Bowl. They weren't going to get everything right away. Like, the original halftime shows back then were like marching bands. Which, don't get me wrong, marching bands are cool. But now we have like these giant Super Bowl spectacles, such as Katy Perry riding on a giant mechanical lion. And then there was seriously, I said this last year, but last year's Super Bowl halftime show was probably the best I've seen since Paul McCartney. I really think so. Because, don't get me wrong, I haven't seen any particularly bad Super Bowl halftime shows, but I can't think of any because Paul McCartney's was just so awesome. And last year, Shakira and J-Lo, they definitely give Paul McCartney a run for his money. I'll say that much. Don't get me wrong, nothing over to please Paul, because Paul McCartney is the man. He was one of the Beatles, So, yeah. Actually, I mentioned the Beatles. My father's a huge Beatles fan. Actually, it was weird. I first heard the name The Beatles because my brother said he liked them. I'm like, what are the Beatles? And, for a long time, I heard that they were a band, but I never heard, any of their music. And the first Beatles song I ever heard was actually during gym class at St. Mary Mother, where, sometimes, they had music playing on, the radio just because or whatever. Or, actually, yeah, it was a radio. Maybe it was a boombox with, a cassette player, I don't know. But the very first Beatles song I ever heard was Yellow Submarine. Yeah, I actually like that song. For those of you who don't know the song, it goes in the town where I was born lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us of his life in the land of submarines. So we sailed into the sun until we found a sea of green, and we lived beneath the waves in our yellow submarine. We all live in the yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in the yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. My favorite part of the song though is they get and the band begins to play. I love that part so much. Seriously, I'll talk about this when I get to my class and session video on choir, but I was actually part of an a cappella group called the Acapellas. Yellow Submarine, actually, I can think of a few Beatles songs I wish we did, but one Beatles song I wish we did was Yellow Submarine. Because I can totally see, the rest of the Acapellas and I just, improvising, the band part. That'd be awesome. Hello Goodbye would also make for a great a cappella song. Really, there is no such thing. Let's be honest, we live in a universe where we have not one, not two, but 3 Pitch Perfect movies. Pretty sure you can make any song an acapella if you really wanted to do it. Yes, I have seen Pitch Perfect. I'll actually never forget the backlash that Pitch Perfect 2 had. Like, it did better at the box office that weekend, but it came out the same weekend as Mad Max Fury Road. I saw Mad Max Fury Road. I'm a very happy boy because of it. Mad Max Fury Road was awesome. That was the best movie I saw in 2015, by the way. Which is great. 2015 was a really good year for movies for me. Like, Kingsman came out. Inside Out came out. That sounds kind of weird to say. I think the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water came out that year. Maybe, did it? I need to look that up, but, well, obviously Avengers Age of Ultron, that was a good one. I could go on and on, man. 2015 was a great year for movies. Actually, I may watch a movie today, I don't know. So, in terms of what I'm doing today, nothing really, no, oh, right. I was talking about some Super Bowl facts. What are the Super Bowl facts was I'm going to be putting a link in the description to that article, so you'll be able to see it, you know, when the video comes up. But, originally, it wasn't called the Super Bowl. It wasn't called the Super Bowl. In fact, Super Bowl Sunday wouldn't be like a common name for it until like years down the line. Like originally, it was just called the NFL AFL Championship because that's what it was. It was a championship between the two best teams, one from the NFL, one from the AFL. So that was fun. That was interesting to learn. What else? What other fact is there that I can't think of? Well, you can't really talk about the Super Bowl without talking about the GOAT, which is Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady is the GOAT. I'm not going to argue that, dispute that. Seriously, did no one watch Super Bowl 51? Like, at all? Because that put Tom Brady in GOAT status right there. But, yeah. Man, thinking about the Super Bowl next week is going to be, let's be real here. This season was definitely a crazy one. For the reasons of the fact that it happened during a pandemic of all things. I mean, I guess one thing I can say, I'll be saying this next week too, but congratulations to the NFL commissioner and all personnel who work in the NFL. You know, you made it to the Super Bowl. Now we just have to make sure that nothing goes wrong in preparation for the Super Bowl, which is in Tampa Bay. Actually, that's another fact. Up until this year, the Super Bowl has never been hosted by the home team. Yeah, Tampa Bay is going to be hosting the Super Bowl, and Tampa Bay is going to the Super Bowl. So, this is definitely a big year. Definitely one to remember. So for now, all we can do is speculate. You know, will the Chiefs have a dynasty on their hands? Or will Tom Brady once again prove he's the GOAT by going to not only a different team, but the first team to ever host a home Super Bowl? That will be definitely interesting to see. I mean, it's hard for me to decide who I want to win. Again, like last year, I really don't know who I want to win for this one. I really don't. I mean, at least if it was Buffalo and Tampa Bay, I'd be leaning a lot more towards Buffalo. But this? I don't know. I love Pat Mahomes. I love Tom Brady. I'm going to have to play this one by ear. But one thing for sure, my father's birthday is this upcoming weekend. It's actually on Friday, but, you know, that's great because he has Saturday and Sunday to celebrate as well. I'm going to be with him practically all next weekend. So, and don't get me wrong, it is sad that thanks to the times we're living in, not everyone can be together, but I know he'd be happy just to have me around. So, I am his son. I think he's kind of obligated to be happy that I'm around. But, yeah. He's going to be turning 62 next week. So bizarre. But regardless, I'm going to be with them that whole weekend. We're going to watch the Super Bowl together. We're going to have a wonderful day, wonderful time. I don't know what else I can say other than, this is going to be a very interesting week in terms of speculating who's going to win the Super Bowl. And I, for one, can't wait for it. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and follow me on YouTube. I'm very humble to make this video for all you guys watching over today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Remember, you guys, I want to talk to you. I'm going to be here in London, and I'll say you back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.